So why Liberia, right? This is a story of Kilmar Abrego Armando Garcia. Um, he is a national of El Salvador, but he has been living in the United States for more than 10 years. He got deported to his country on, some type of allegations, human trafficking allegations and so on and so forth, right? By the Trump government, right? And he was in El Salvador in prison, and then he got called back, by the government after a judge or a court rectified the mistake the government had made by, deporting Mr. Garcia in the first place. So he had been in the United States since then, still undergoing trial, with the immigration of the United States, of especially of the Trump government, right? And while the trial or his case is ongoing, the Trump government have been trying so hard to deport this guy, to anywhere, not just to his country, but anywhere. So, they contacted Uganda first. Uganda rejected the idea, asking Uganda to, accept Mr. Garcia to be deported into Uganda, and Uganda rejected it. Number one, based on the fact that he is not African. And then the United States turned to Eswatini, right? And Eswatini, said the same thing, rejected the same idea of accepting a foreign national, an American or El Salvadorian American, to be deported into their country. Especially when he is being accused of, human trafficking, whether it is true or not. And then, the United States government then turned to Ghana, which of course Ghana definitely said no, that they will not be, how to call it, accepting the deportation of Mr. Garcia into Ghana, right? And as you may already know from the title of this particular segment, why Liberia? Because Liberia is the only country that say yes, we will accept, Mr. Armando Garcia to be deported into Liberia, right? Some years back, Donald Trump opened his mouth and he calls all African countries, or I should say, all third world countries, right? Third world countries, right? As shithole countries. He said that not in a high, not in hidden, not in secret, like he did not make a mistake or somebody did not, secretly record him and post it online. No, he know that he was among a lot of reporters, and he said what he said. He called all third world countries as a shithole countries, which is all of Africa actually, right? And this is some of the reason why people like Donald Trump will get the gut to open his mouth and call countries like, African countries like shithole countries, right? And Liberia is the one that is showing a clear sign of being a shithole place. Like literally, this is very, very embarrassing. This guy, Mr. Garcia, is being accused of human trafficking, among others, right? I'm not saying that he's guilty of it. I don't even think that he did it. Because why? The guy has been married to, his wife is an American. He has children. His children are Americans, right? To deport him back to El Salvador and put him in one of the most, hideous prisons in the world, the Secret prison, where they hold some of the, most dangerous gangs in that prison. Like if you see the kind of activity that goes on in that prison, the way like they treat those prisoners in that prison, it is the worst anybody can ever imagine, right? The fact that they deported him there and brought him back to the United States after the ratification of a court, right? Bringing him back to the United States, and the Trump government is still keen on deporting this guy. It doesn't even matter where the guy goes back to his country. They just want him out of America, right? And on all of that, right? All the other, African government that the American government have turned to, they all said, no, Liberia is coming. Yes, we will do it. Yes. All the other African countries, progressive African countries, they're saying, hell no. Why you want to bring this guy into my country? In Liberia defense, the Liberian government is saying that, oh, we are having, this only shows the kind of relationship Liberia and how strong our relationship is with the United States. Like, don't you get it? Don't you understand? Are you the only country in Africa that wants to have a relationship with the United States of America? Every country in Africa wants to have a relationship with the United States. But what type of relationship do you want to have? A bullied relationship? Like, whatever they want, they can dump it on you. Like, let me shit on you so that we can be friends. Who the hell want to take that kind of friendship? Will you ever be friends with someone that whenever the person wants to shit, all you have to do is sit there, the person will shit on you, and then after shitting on you, then you will get up, you go clean yourself, and then you come, we start laughing at each other, and we can be buddies, we can be hanging around. But the only purpose you are there is for me to shit on you whenever I want to shit on you. This is it's crazy, man. It is very, very embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We are not the only country in Africa that was asked to bring or deport Mr. Garcia to, right? Why are we the only? In fact, we were the last country on the list that was asked. All those other countries, they were asked before us, and they all rejected. They all said no. Liberia is the only country that said, yeah, we'll take Mr. Garcia. All the people that are going to the United States as migrants, immigrants, asylum seekers, you name it, they are trying to set an example by deporting this guy, even if he has to be deported to a country where he has never been before, into a continent where he has never been before. They are trying to scare people away from going to the United States to seek asylum. This is exactly what I believe this is. But I don't give a damn about what America do with America, right? Whatever America do with America is America's business. If it hurts you so much, you decide what you want to do with your country. You can deport Americans from your country too. So I don't have problems with Americans trying to deport non-Americans. That is their business. If it hurts you, go and deport Americans out of your country. My thing is, why is my country, Liberia, accepting the deportation of a different national, a person who has never been into the continent, talk less of the country, right? A person who is being accused of human trafficking, whether he is guilty or not. Why would we be doing something like that? This is the clear 100% definition of a shithole, decision. This is what it is. This is a shithole decision, right? Like, this same thing happened earlier this year, this 2025. Was it? I think, no, it wasn't this 2025. It was 2023 to be precise. This same thing happened in 2023 when the bombardment of Gaza and Palestine started by Israel, right? They had a concession at the United Nations, how they call it, at the United Nations, right? And all the countries, had to vote whether to recognize Palestine or as a country or not, right? As a sovereign nation or not. And all the African countries voted yes. The only country in Africa that voted no was Liberia. Why? Because America voted no. Like, what are you trying to prove? Liberia is not America. We can try to be like America all we want, but we are not America. We are in Africa. We're one of the tiniest countries in Africa. We are the oldest country in Africa, yes. The oldest independent country in Africa, yes. But we are still Africa. Stop trying to be America. You can't. You can't. We made that horrible decision back then when George Weah was in power as president. They went and voted no against the sovereignty of the Palestinian nation. While all the other countries in Africa voted yes, because they know what freedom feels like. They know what it means to have freedom, to be sovereign, right? To do what you want to do in your own homeland. This is why we all remember our Independence Day. Oh, Liberia got their independence in 1847. This one, independent, this one. That is freedom. We get to be our own sovereign state. Palestine have been fighting for the same thing forever. And the only country that said no that day in 2023 from Africa was Liberia. Why? Because America said so. Or because America was saying no. America did not even ask Liberia to do it. But just because of the mere fact that America said, no to the sovereignty of Palestine, Liberia just automatically just said no. This is the same nonsense that is happening right now in broadcast term. Why are you, if you want to deport him, why are you deporting him to my country? If you think that he's not good enough for you, what makes you think that he will be good enough for me? They say that they are deporting the man because he's a human trafficker. Do you think, Mr. President, that a human trafficker is good for the Liberian society? Do you think they are deporting him based on those merits? And you are saying that we welcome him with open arms. Why other African countries deliberately rejected the idea of doing so? What is about you? He said, no, this only shows how strong our relationship with the United States is. No, it only shows how weak we are as a nation. We have no pride in what we are. Really? When are you ever going to start fighting? And when I say you, I mean the government, the leadership. When are you guys going to really start fighting for the greater good of the people of Liberia? Look at the other countries saying no. They probably believe that Mr. Garcia is a very, very good human being. But the basics on what he is being deported on is humiliating. So to say, I receive him, even though he's been accused of being a human trafficker, I receive him, that sends a loud message out there. It sends a huge message out there. I don't think he will be deported. I think his lawyers are going to fight this case and they will not allow him to be deported. But the fact that the Liberian government they did not just accept to receive Mr. Garcia, but they also went public and say it out there that yes, this deal has been struck with the Trump government of America to deport Mr. Garcia to Liberia, an accused human trafficker who has been living in the United States for more than a decade, right? This is disgraceful, 100%, and we need to do better, man. We need to really do better.
Like, follow, and subscribe.